two-point conversion. Boom, and then the spin move. Reaching out for the two-point conversion.
It's for the people. Yeah. So
all right, we back and it's
back.
Tua time.
Yep, Tua time.
I'm already
Miami.
people Dan Marino. We talking about Tua. This is depressing.
It's crazy. You know, I can name every single last quarterback we've had start for us since Dan Marino.
Oh, I seen those graphics. So I'm pretty sure I can.
Yeah.
I don't want to because it's gonna be.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I was literally walking yesterday. I was walking around the complex, and I was taking the garbage out, and I'm like, yo, we had a lot of quarterbacks, and we got Tua, and then people turned against Tua, and what I mean by just go for two people, just in case you haven't noticed by Kenny background, the GF go for two is not go F yourself. See, yep, that's not what it means. So it's go for two. Is I'm more patient than most people, I guess, in life general, but especially when it comes to young quarterbacks, because it's so many variables. Like people want to compare them so bad to what Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow is doing. But they have things that are significantly greater than the Fins roster as currently constructed until this year. Because before this year, coming into this year, imagine if they not had drafted, Waddle. Who would have been the wideouts available?
Oh yeah, our availability is at receiver is horrendous.
Yeah, because he was coming this is supposed to be his year. His year for what? Because nobody's there. Waddle is what we thought he was going to be. I want to bet Jeffrey, because of that, and he might break the rookie receiving record for most catches. So he's excellent, but he's only one guy, Mike Gesicki. The thing is, and I'll let you go ahead and jump in before I start going crazy.
I think part of the thing is right. The problem is it's not supposed to be Tua's year; it's supposed to be our year. I think that's what it is. Tua is our quarterback, but we should have made playoffs last year. Could have made playoffs last year. The NFL season this year has one more game. You would argue if we win one more game than we did last year, which we clearly are not because that's now impossible, we would have made playoffs, especially with, Tom Brady's gone, all this other stuff. Yes, Josh Allen's playing great most weeks, not every week. Josh Allen's playing great. Okay, let's steal that second, steal that backup spot. Okay, even if we don't win the division, maybe we could have won the division, who knows? So I think that's what's in a lot of people's heads. Like, okay, why we not? Why we don't? What is going on? But a couple of things people don't forget. Our defense, first of all, let's start there. Everybody knows I'm a trenches guy. I'm a defensive guy. So O-line, D-line is my thing. Defense is my thing a lot too. This defense is not last year's defense. We're missing some people.
Wait, forget the missing people, which we are. We are missing people. Last year's defense, the success was predicated on turnovers.
Which we did continue for a minute into the season. I think we went 20 straight weeks from last season to this season with the turnover every game. The problem with that is we're not scoring off turnovers.
Yeah, it's two things. So the thing about a defense being successful based off of turnovers is turnovers aren't guaranteed. But like you have to force them, but so many things have to go your way. Great defenses create turnovers from pressure
consistently.
And it's mostly something that's generated, good defense is generated from stopping people on third downs, and not because they got a pick, but because they sacked the quarterback or they stopped the back on third and short. So I'm like, I love that defense, but at the same time, I was always afraid of, well, what if we don't get interceptions? Then what are we going to do? Because who is the pass rusher?
What if Xavier Howard doesn't lead the league in interceptions? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like now?
Yeah, because let me stand on defense. We have some absolute phenomenal ballers in the secondary. Hollins, a person who I mock draft to us, who I loved coming out of Oregon. This dude could play center field. He could play two deep safety. He can drop down. He can play the nickel. Oh, by the way, he can rush the quarterback too. Nick Needham is becoming a player. Jones is becoming a player. And do you have
Byron Jones?
Okay, Byron Jones. Well, I always do that. So Brandon Jones is the rookie. Byron Jones is the corner. One thing about Byron Jones is Jeffrey want to get rid of him, right? We keep talking about Jeffrey, because he's not here right now. He's in a better place. No, he's not. He's at work. He talks about Byron Jones and is like, well, I don't think he should get cut because he does one thing well. He presses and he plays man. He just doesn't have basketball skills. He presses and he plays man. Like that's kind of what you want, somebody who can press. The problem is we don't have pressure.
Right.
So again, my issue is Phillips was supposed to be like Phillips is it take you don't have like Phillips doesn't have any counter moves. Like that's his problem. Like once he gets locked on, he doesn't know how to counter. And they keep also dropping him back into coverage. Yeah, he's athletic, but you need rushes, dog. Like you need to use your defensive guys to do it. Do you create pressure all the different ways? Which Flores and the defensive coordinator name, I can't think of his name right now, is like they're genius. Like the way they create pressure is amazing. Like they blitz from everywhere. That's why they had Lamar Jackson looking like a rookie.
Yeah. In his backyard. Yes. I know the Dolphins are at home, but first of all, Lamar from down here. Second of all, he's made every time he come down here. And not just him. Oh, wow.
That last year, though.
Not just him. The Ravens, if you wasn't watching the game, have a crazy South Florida connection. They got hella boys from down here. They've all played down there. A lot of them played state championship games and stuff in that very stadium. So they was not uncomfortable. All their families is there, probably
cheering.
The stadium was so full.
Yeah.
So there's all that, right? But let's go back to my specialty, the trenches. We talked about one part of that. Let's talk about that O-line. Because y'all can talk all y'all want about the problems with Tua.
Oh my
Name a quarterback. Because we could leave Tua alone for a little bit. Ryan Tannehill for the first 3 years of his career, and then for the first 4. Every time you looked at it, up until Russell Wilson started running for his life for a little bit, and they got drafted at the same time, he was the most sacked quarterback, most pressure quarterback for the amount of time he was in the league, bar none. Like not even close until that 1 year Russell was getting his behind kicked after that trade where they lost.
Key thing you said though, so people don't mistake it. It's not the sacks.
Pressures.
It's the pressures.
Well, yeah, right now, I don't remember the exact number, but
268. Yep, I remember. So at that time.
Yeah, last I saw it was like 260 something, but that was before this last game. So
that was before this last game. Exactly.
So it was 260 something for defense. That's 2 different quarterbacks getting pressure like that. And then you had Sam Darnold, who was the second most, and he was 60 less. 60 less pressures from the second most pressured person in it. That is a significant amount more. And let me remind you, Sam Darnold ain't out there winning games either. So
I'm gonna give you a fun fact. You know, one of the biggest problems is Eisenberg, the rookie, but he gets a pass because he's a rookie. It's Jackson, and I don't want to say Solomon Thomas. It's not because we know Robert Hunt is a B. Like he's right now he's the lone wolf on the offensive line. And there are 3 guys who are tied for the most pressures in the league, all on one team, which is 37 apiece. And Jackson and Eisenberg led it. How now? But somehow it's Tua's fault. And I ain't trying to be this is the thing. Tua can do a lot of things better. A lot. He can run more to escape. Like when he sees space, just take it. He can get rid of the ball quicker and throw the ball away. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when he's scrambling out and he can't get the first, just toss out of bounds. But then everything else is up front. Waddle's supposed to be a deep threat. They have to use him on quick screens and underneath routes. Why? Because they can't do 5 to 7 step drops.
Nah, not at all.
So and Waddle in the off season and in Bama, bro, this dude is he's being underutilized actually, despite his volume. He's being underutilized because his best traits is he is phenomenally fast. Like, and you can see it. This dude, he gets behind you, and it's like once he hit like stride for stride, once he gets on a DB hip, it's over. They lost, but the thing is, you can't call 5 to 7 step drops if your offensive line is if 3 offensive linemen is giving up 37 plus pressures at this point, in the season. Like what is that? You've seen it. The Ravens was crushing them until it came back in the end and rushed for a touchdown. Was 8 for 13, 150.
That QBR was great. Yeah.
No, he did really well. And it's like, and remember, he only played the second half or late third quarter, or was it the third quarter period? I know it was the second half, but he came in.
Yeah, let's say second half.
Yeah, so and then so you can do that. You can do I love the stats. You can do it 8 for 13, 156 yards. Like he would have threw for over 300 yards. He would have had a completion percentage over 63% So it's like he would that's what you want from him, from a young guy.
Key to that game was defense played good. Not they had some lapses.
Which is not.
We could say that both defenses did.
Yeah,
but definitely.
Yeah,
it was a defensive game. That's
That's what. And
That's
again,
what
but my thing is when you have a young quarterback, again, like don't get me wrong, he's not as good. It's because it's a combination of so many things, right? Joe Burrow has Joe Burrow has one of the better running backs in the league, right? He has T. Higgins, who's an underrated, really freaking good wide receiver. They just drafted Jamar Chase, who's phenomenal. They have an offensive line in front of him. You go to Justin Herbert. He has Keenan Allen, one of the best route runners in the league. He has Mike Williams, a big bodied guy. He has a really good offensive line. He has a good defense. He has a running game. Eckler, dude is super underrated. So Tua doesn't have that. We have Myles Gaskins, who's a rotational back. Po fella, this dude is getting crushed.
Yeah.
This man averaged like 3 yards a carry, and he's
looking like how Barry Sanders looked
without the moves. Yeah,
like all the negative yard plays.
Exactly.
Only the negative yard plays.
Imagine if Barry couldn't win.
If you don't know about Barry Sanders, he has the most runs for negative yards, which also makes the rest of his stats insane. 1,500.
Yeah, imagine if he just went forward a couple of times instead of having to break freaking a bunch of tackles 3 yards behind line of scrimmage to only get a negative 1 yard rushing. So so it's like, man, like what like going forward though. See, right now I'm looking at it. Last 3 games we 2-1, right? Not playoffs. Going forward, what do you think Tua will have to do aside from being available? Because that's the number one thing. Because you can't properly value him without being available to shut the Deshaun Watson. Because they're going as soon as the season ends, Deshaun Watson goes to the Dolphins. Because that's going to be it. Broncos low key.
Honestly, Dolphins fans, and again, national media too a lot. First of all,
national media hates Tua.
Part of the problem is here. All right. Deshaun Watson wants to go to the Dolphins. That's one of the biggest issues.
The biggest issue is
he want to come here.
He wants to come. Is you thinking? Before you answer, why do you think Deshaun wants to come here? And I'm because my question is this: people keep saying, we already know that Chris Greer might get fired because all the picks he had, bro. We about to have 3 picks. If Tua is gone, right? In one draft where he had 3 first-round picks, all of them gonna be gone because Jackson ain't playing. He moved the guard. He's supposed to be a tackle. He's not even good at it. The Noah from Auburn, he's most likely gonna get cut. But I still feel like you have to give corners a little bit more time to develop. But other guys around him playing so good, like Nick Needham, you don't need him. And then Tua, that'll be 3 first-round picks and 3 in one draft that's gone. So why do you think Deshaun wants to come here? It has to be because of Brian Flores and Chris Greer, right?
I think that's a big part of it. I also think he doesn't watch fucking Dolphins games if he do, he know enough that maybe
he couldn't.
Maybe Tua got to run for his life, but I don't have that problem. I'm way more athletic. I mean, again, Tua has a hip injury in the back of his mind. That Deshaun
probably, yeah.
I mean, not just in the back of his mind. He's not as explosive. You can see that for sure. You can see,
but he still moves well though. He's not as explosive, but he still moves really well.
I mean, medicine is way better than it was 20 years ago. It's not like his career is over. But
obviously, because
Deshaun ain't worried about it. His straight line speed is insane. So if that's the case, he's just I'm the difference maker here. You remember, to be an athlete, a lot of time you got to be if not a little bit arrogant. He could probably look in this game
for sure.
Okay, defense is solid, it's all right.
Yep.
Add me to that offense. They got pretty good. I mean, again, they already took Deshaun Hopkins away from him. He was DeAndre Hopkins.
He was fine. Yeah.
So
he was okay. He put up his best. He had his best career without him.
Exactly. Give him Devontae. Hopefully, who knows? The motherfucker never available. And then to him, he probably looking at that like no taxes down there in Florida because everyone looks at that when they come down here. That's why people. That's why no matter how much Jacksonville suck, they still get free agents. Same Tampa and Dolphins have also reaped those benefits. Sunny Florida. Well, not always sunny, but people who don't live here don't know that.
Mostly, yeah, it's mostly sunny.
Then you got all the glitz and glamour in Miami, all this other stuff, and
see that worries me.
It's like, I mean, because again, when you looking at this from purely football, you cannot tell me you're looking at I want to be traded, and it has to be the Dolphins. There's no way that's only football. So you got to look at all this other stuff.
Yeah, it's weird to me.
So
okay, so that's my so okay. So you think it's a city?
Actual question though, as far as the Deshaun Watson, the one I did, but as far as like Tua, what can Tua do? I think you just got to keep doing what he's been doing. Like just block out the haters and the doubters and just play his game. And because again, you saying 2-1, that's not you're not even worried about. It's not got nothing to do with Tua. It's just 2-1 because it's the Dolphins. Like
it's the Dolphins. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you this, right? One of the things I get. This is why I like Tua a lot. Nigga tough as nails. He's tough as nails. You seen it from the injury, the hip injury. Let's go back to his other injuries. Oh, he's injury prone. Like he gets different type of injury, and it is annoying. Like it's annoying, but at the same time, it's different types of injuries. It's not like the same injury over and over. He came back from it, right? But people are, he got the injury type. Then he got his hip. Oh my God, he's hurt. But this dude, as bad as he looked on his during his draft, like his personal combine, his pro day, whatever you want to call it, when he put out his little draft video, he looked weird, right? Yeah. And like he came back from an injury that ended, a career. But he's coming back from it. Oh, and by the way, he's ahead of schedule. Did he play last year? He looked like a rookie. He had games where like, oh, his decision making, his release is amazing. His accuracy is ridiculous. Then you come into this year, that's where the disappointment starts. Is because you wanted him to piggyback off of, but that's like you said, you hit around the head. It's the team in general. It's not just him. The entire team had a setback. It wasn't just him because he did what we were supposed to do last year. He looked like exactly what you want to look like, except for he wasn't Justin Herbert. But if you're gonna compare, you have to do that across every position, everywhere. Don't just look at the quarterback and compare them. Do it for everybody. Compare Myles Gaskins to Austin Eckler. Comparing to Joe Mixon, just don't do that to him and just understand, bro, the dude is tough. Like he came even then. I don't understand what the Dolphins are doing. If he was healthy enough to be a backup, then I don't get, why he just didn't start to begin with. And maybe they're trying to protect him because Flores probably does like him a lot. And it could be for two reasons. It's to make him tradable because he has to play well in order to be tradable. Right. You don't just want to cut ties with him. Right. You want to play well so he can be tradable because I never liked the idea of Deshaun Watson coming mid-season because I'm like, well, what is he going to do? We don't even know if he's going to go to jail. A, and B, quarterback ain't like playing running back. You just can't, wake up off the couch and start an NFL game and be good. It was going to destroy him. He needed an offseason. Right. So for me, what Tua has to do is, like you said, just quiet everything and just play ball. Like, be the best possible person that you can be. Start streaking, and nobody won't really care about.
First win streak of the season, baby.
I'm telling you, nobody wouldn't really care about Tua. So I was telling you before.
I got a question for you.
I'm sorry, Watson. Sorry. Yeah.
I got a question for you. You think we should have kept Fitzpatrick?
Nah. I like the Jacoby Brissett pickup, to be honest, because I always thought that Fitzpatrick, he knew he was going to take see, that's tough because he knew he was going to take a back seat to Tua. He knew I'm grooming him to be the guy. The thing is, he is such a magnetic personality, and he is a better player than he's a better player than Tua is right now. So I feel like Flores would have always been itching to put Tua in the game. To put Fitz in the game. Because once you go to Tua, there's no point in keeping Fitz because Fitz is a bridge quarterback. What you think? Because you asked, so I'm curious now.
Because the thing is, right? Obviously, we didn't expect Tua to not start every game. When the season started, it was supposed to be Tua time.
Tua time.
He had quarterback every. So that's obviously that's a lot of hindsight. But I think the problem was in the first place not having Fitzpatrick on the contract that we had him on anyway. I think we should have, because it's not like halfway through last season we're like, okay, Jacoby Brissett gonna be free, we're gonna get him. That's not what the idea was at all. So yeah. I think once we got to that point where it's like, okay, yeah, you don't want to sign Fitzpatrick as the backup. You want him to be, because yes, he's a journeyman quarterback, all these other things, but with his personality, like you said, and all the other stuff, it's like, yeah, he probably should have been starting from the jump and then ease Tua in, which is what last year was for. It didn't happen as planned.
See, and that's what's confusing to me, because even if Tua, I think I told you this, well, we talked about this amongst ourselves, and everybody feel like that. And by the way, when y'all get a chance, check out my 2022 NFL mock draft for the Miami Dolphins. It is loaded. I just sent it to you. I like it. If you Google it, literally Google 2022 NFL mock draft, and it's gonna come up on Google. It's like the number one article. So, so that's
working.
NFL spin zone. Huh?
We working.
Yeah, for real. Like NFL spin zone. That's my place. But you said something that I echoed from the time Tua was drafted. He shouldn't have played last year. Not a single snap, not a single down. There was zero reason for him to play. Fitz should have been a guy last year. Fitz should have been a guy halfway through this season if it started to look bad.
I don't know about zero snaps. I don't mean to cut. I do mean to cut.
Okay, go ahead. No.
So I'm saying like this. So again, we were in the playoff hat last year. So I think,
Yeah.
But again, those were with.
I want him to heal. Just
those were with times of us seeing Tua in and out. Blah 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 blah. I think it should be if it was Fitz all the way, and we were in the playoff hunt, then it's Fitz all the way. But again, I'm not gonna say Tua won us any games last year. But again, this is hindsight. So let's say we weren't in the playoff hunt the whole way through, and it looked like okay, we're gonna be playoff. Maybe okay, last three games of the season now Tua play. But that's not what ended up happening. So I don't want to say 0 snaps, but I think it's situational. So if we talk about what did happen, then he shouldn't have played. Because we did in the playoff hunt. He shouldn't have played.
I feel like he should have healed. I think last year should have been his clipboard year through and through. They should have Aaron Rodgers him. They should have Patrick Mahomes. Well, Patrick Mahomes did play in his rookie season, but they towards the latter part of the season. But again, Fitz gave us the best chance to win last year because he was able to make throws that were not cowardly. And the thing is, it's not a bad thing. It's not like it's to him because he's a careful quarterback. Like, that's what he does. And it's like he cannot uncork it, but he was so young and he knew in his mind that, this is a playoff team. I'm not finna screw this up. I'm going to be a game manager.
I think we kind of had that problem a little bit with Ryan Tannehill for a little bit too. In the sense that people are like, why he don't let it go? Because they in their minds, they're the type of quarterbacks like this that everyone doesn't realize. It's not something that's talked about a lot, but I've noticed it over time that there are quarterbacks who just rather take the sack than throw an interception. Because yes, you're like, throw it away, but throwing it away ain't much better than a sack if it's 1st and 10 and then the sack end up being 2 and 12 or 2 and 13. That's not that big of a difference for these type of quarterbacks. So they're like, why would I throw it away? And then they think about completion stats because a throwaway is an incomplete.
Incompletion. But you can look back in hindsight and look at data like, well, I completed 69% of my passes. What are you talking about, sir? So I think again, they do know, like he had to know, right? Like they're in the playoffs, like I can't screw this up. This is supposed to be my team. Let me just not screw this up so I cannot court. And then this year, it's not like we had a great offensive line last year. Let's not get it twisted. We just the way the weapons were constructed last year was more fitting for a very quick, short passing game. And it's like they drafted Waddle. Waddle did not come in to be in a quick, short passing game. Waddle was taken to be uncorked. So imagine giving Waddle to a Ryan Fitzpatrick, or allow Ryan Fitzpatrick to take the beating of this year, and then have Tua come in later. Again, he's in a game now. He's doing he has to just keep winning. Or winning. Let me not say keep winning, but win and just play well. Even if he doesn't win, he just has to play really, really, really well. The issue is I just don't see how that's possible with the way the offensive line is and the fact that we do not have a running game. I don't know why they even run the ball, to be honest with you. They should just run. They should do just quick screens.
Yeah,
They have a better chance of getting more yards doing that than running. I know you have to because I'm a running guy. Like I'm a certified Madden player. And when I say certified, I'm a franchise guy. And I do believe in running the ball. Like, you have to run the ball. You can't just throw the ball 50 times. Even though, I had a game where I played against my cousin and I only rushed the ball 2 times. But, bro, my nephew, sorry. You have to run the ball.
Gotta be you don't even gotta actually run the ball. You gotta be able to run the ball. Also
the fear of
running the ball, play action.
The fear of running the ball.
So but teams know. I mean, the thing is, if you look at a Dolphins game, there's certain if you watch football, if you look, I want the people who watch this video to do something I've done for a long time. When you watch one game, don't look at the receivers, don't look at the running. Well, you're gonna see the running backs if you look at it.
You're gonna see the running back, but look at offensive line.
Stare at the O-line, D-line for the whole game.
Yep.
There are certain D linemen, and there are certain teams that they rush for passes and runs. What they anticipate is going to be differently. There are some people with that ability, like Aaron Donald. He coming after you. It don't matter if he thinks it's a pass or run. He getting back there. It's not gonna make a difference.
It don't matter what you can do. Yeah.
But when there's a team like the Dolphins who genuinely cannot block, a pass or run, because there are some teams who block one better than the other, because that's just how O-lines end up being as a skill and as a scheme.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the Dolphins can't block either one worth a damn. So when these D linemen line up against the Dolphins, they don't think, is this a pass? Is it a run? Play action? They don't give a damn because they don't care. Yes. So no illusion of the run. Can't block the run. Can't block the pass. So it doesn't matter. We are so lacking in the trenches that
Kenny.
What do you expect? So we can't run the ball. Can't act like we run the ball. Nothing.
They have no heart in the trenches, bro. Like, Austin Jackson is so soft. Look, when he first got drafted, remember when the draft was happening?
I wanted Connor Williams, but he went too high.
He was my guy too. Like Connor Williams was my guy too. I had to look at the mic because I'm looking at the mic, about to shout into it, but I need to look at you. But nah, it's crazy because Austin Jackson, and when we looked at him, we were scouting him and all this, so we was talking about the potential price because we knew we had to take offensive lineman. Like you have to be an idiot to not take offensive lineman when we draft the quarterback. Lucas Noang was the guy who I wanted, but obviously he had other stuff, and I didn't know he was going to be a third round. Because we're not privy to that information, so I didn't know he was going to be a third round pick. But they still should have drafted him. Let's just go back. So Austin Jackson, to me, he's my biggest he's the one I'm most frustrated with because he was taken, and it's not his fault, but it's their fault. He was taken in the first round. He should never been taken in the first round. That's one. So draft position is strike one. Then when you watch him as a prospect, when you read him or whatever you want to call it, he was finesse, all finesse, an athlete who was raw. So you drafted him strictly on talent, like just raw talent. He has some skill because he can mirror. He didn't have punch. He didn't have what you needed for a team like the Fins. Because when you look at Tua, it's like you kind of want to have a power offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Like you want him to have people that can hold up at the point. You want to have a strong running game. And if you do the 5 to 7 step drops, you're gonna put him in shotgun anyway. So you need a power guy who can mirror. Well, Austin Jackson was the complete opposite. He wasn't a tone setter. We need somebody with attitude on that line. They traded him away, and it for all the picks we got, for how happy we were, Chris Greer didn't do anything that we wanted him to do with those picks.
I got 2 points. One of them might get me canceled, but here we are. I'm gonna start with Dolphins draft 5 linemen in the draft. I don't care. I said it, draft 5, trade up. I don't know what draft 5 linemen. Don't draft shit else. Draft O-line. I don't care. I said draft and all that. And the thing is, that's not what's gonna get me canceled. Here's my next take.
Okay,
it's probably a bad time because of how shitty they've been lately. But draft, we're gonna have to do like the Raiders. Forget all this crispy, clean image shit.
You think that's what they be going after though? Honestly, because I don't know.
But no.
I don't know.
No, it's not about going after, but think about it.
Yeah.
Bullygate. No one had to be cut. Make some fucking apologies, move on. These grown men. This is football. Yeah. Again, if you know me personally, I'm usually in favor of certain type of thing. Nah, we talking about football. O-lineman, okay. Look, nah. Bullygate, that was bullshit number one.
It was. I agree.
Jeremy Tunsil. He was never going to jail. The gas mask thing never got him traded. He was if the problem.
I don't think that's why though.
But it was a significant push. I think because that timing is terrible. Because if you look at like what's going on with
they're rebuilding though, Ken. Like they like during that time, I'm with you.
I get it. But I'm saying when you look at the Raiders, I'm not saying they're going after bad boys. It's not the '80s Raiders, but they. So, but we talking about like
tone setters, man. You talking about people that bring attitude, like let's
not just bullygate, because every time something like that happens, we end up worse off. Like we traded Jeremy Tunsil, we got stuff back for him. What did we get with that?
Well, that's a problem. It was the Tua draft, and the thing is, Noah again. Let's go back. That draft, I'm gonna keep going on it. That draft also we drafted Noah, right? Why didn't we take a running back? Like. Me, you and Jeffrey all across the board gave him an F with that pick. See, the Tua and Austin, at least, okay, you have a quarterback dropping off. I still hated it because Austin Jackson was just not that guy. You might as well have drafted something else and then waited because you still needed pass rushers. You can't never have too many pass rushers. No, you can never have too many corners, but Noah wasn't that guy. He was a project guy just like Jackson. So you have to wait and take those guys and just say if another team take them, then another team take them. It's like Chris Greer didn't know what he wanted to do. Go to last year's draft. How you pass on Javonte Williams? Like Hollins, I'm not saying they should have drafted him. I can't remember the draft order, but I do know I wanted to draft Hollins, but I also want to draft Javonte Williams. But they had the second pick, but they also traded. Chris Greer just messed up, man.
But let's look at it another
messed
way.
Up, man.
Let's not go the Raiders, especially with how they're looking right now. But let's go to another team.
No, but the point was still.
I'm gonna stand on it, but I'm saying I got another example which is even better, and they're crispy clean. Let's go like that. The Cowboys, they drafted their whole O-line in like 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. But like I don't.
And look,
they wasn't afraid. Like Lyle Collins, they got him on by luck, basically, because the Dolphins like I still remember this. I'm like it was the.
You heard it here first. Draft Notre Dame's O-line, bam. I fixed your whole.
He said
draft Notre Dame's O-line. Just draft all 5 of them, just all of them, all of them. Trade what we got, who got long-term contracts, get something from him, get a third round, fourth, something.
They ain't getting nothing from nobody.
Man.
But look, if you want to see what Dolphins should
We
do,
ain't getting no value out of this O-line.
look, if they don't trade away all the picks for Deshaun and they want to build around Tua, just go ahead and check out my draft NFL Spin Zone or Google 2022 NFL my draft for the Miami Dolphins. Can you go ahead and check it out? Because I really want to know what you think. But we are definitely out of time. We are going to be back talking some more football. Kenny with the bets. You can catch me specifically on Random Rants. Kenny, go for two. This is his channel. I'm keeping it out there. When it start making money, then it's going to be our channel.
I'm dead.
So this really is our channel. And, Kenny got me going, got me recording, talking about football. That I'm able to talk about the Dolphins. He's going to get y'all with the betting because the man really do know what he's talking about. Apparently.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about. He's a degenerate, so of course he would know. And when Kenny starts making money, guess who put him on? People. It was me. I did that. I don't know if I'm gonna get money. All you gotta do is buy a bunch of like Spartan buy a bunch of copies of the last Spartan. You don't gotta give me nothing. I just want you to and then write reviews.
When I make it big as one of these premier bettors, I'm gonna be like, buy the everybody eats.
Everybody eats. Yeah, that's it. No handouts. Come with a project. But Kenny gonna get y'all right. He gonna get you, have y'all rich. But again, check us out. We are definitely gonna try to drop more videos more frequently. You're gonna see we're actually gonna have multiple videos up soon. So until next time, people.
Go for 2.
Peace. Oh, 2. Go for 2. Tua. Go for Tua.
Oh,
Tua.